What's going on, everyone? My name's Genetics, and welcome back to another Pokemon VGC Series 7 video. If you guys enjoyed the video, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like or subscribe down below. But with all that said, let's go find out what happens when you go into the last few seconds of a match versus a Galarian Moltres. Okay, hello again, people of YouTube. We are back using this Nidoqueen team for the very last time. This is going to be our last episode with it. We did not play well last episode. We went 1 and 2, and I did not play my best Pokemon. I am having a very difficult time, I have figured out, commentating what I'm doing, what my thought process is, as well as playing the game to my, best capabilities. And so today, I drank an energy drink before recording. I'm really ready to sit here and focus on the games ahead of me so that hopefully we can make it out of Ultra Ball tier and start using a next team again next episode where we can start climbing the ladder for real. But let's hop into the first battle. So we got Landorus, not the good Landorus, the weird one. Therian? Not Therian. Thundurus, Kartana, Tapu Fini, Metagross, Kangaskhan. This is interesting, because, so you're probably going to be Special Landorus if you're bringing that form. I would assume so. So, that kind of gives our Incineroar some problems, because Incineroar looks really good in a Kangaskhan, Metagross, Kartana. So, I think we bring Incineroar in the back for Intimidate into Kartana, and subbing into Metagross if we need to. But we're going to lead Braviary and Kartana. Or I could lead Cress and set up Trick Room. The thing is, I'm scared of you bringing Kangaskhan and fake-outing my Braviary on turn 1 so that I can't set up Tailwind. Yeah, Nidoqueen's just so good into this team, though. Yeah, I'm just going to bring Braviary, Kartana, Nidoqueen, Incineroar. See, Nidoqueen, I'm having a very difficult time playing with Nidoqueen, getting off solid damage with it without getting, hit first in return. But Ice, Poison, and Ground, they go so well together. You can hit almost everything. Not all, everything in the game for at least for neutral damage, and a lot for super effective damage. A lot of the top Pokemon. We see Kangaskhan, Tornadus. Now this isn't awful, because I'm assuming Tornadus is just going to set up Trick or Tailwind as Kangaskhan goes for Fake Out, and that doesn't bother me. Especially since I could max Kartana and go for a Knuckle into the Kangaskhan slot. And that seems like a really good play, because the only thing you're subbing into that is the Landorus or the Fini. But if you're not really going to sub into a Fini, and if you sub in Landorus as I set up Tailwind, I think I'm going to go for this play. I think I'm just going to max Kartana turn 1. Yeah, we're going to go for this. We're going to max Kartana. We're going to give Kartana an attack boost. And hopefully, Kangaskhan decides to fake out our Kartana slot. But I'm expecting them to fake out Braviary so that he doesn't allow us to set up Tailwind. But even then, that's not a horrible thing, because we can stagger our Tailwind next turn and have an extra turn of it there at the end. So I don't see fake out into Braviary. Yeah, I could have protected, but on the off chance he fake outed Kartana, it seemed like a pretty okay play. But I wonder if this is last resort. Well, let's see how much this does first. Yeah, not enough. I'm wondering if this is last resort Kangaskhan. Because if it is, I don't want to let my Braviary go down to it right now, I think I'd rather either protect or sub an Incineroar. And then go for like a Steel Spike into the Tornado slot and pick up a knockout. I think I'm going to protect. And go for a Steel Spike. Or, yeah, Steel Spike's probably my best play into the Tornado slot. Or you're taking out Kangaskhan, okay. And Landorus. There's no Intimidate going off, which is really nice. Braviary protects. Maybe a Hurricane or something in the Kartana slot, but we are Air Slash. We are maxed and have an Assault Vest, so that's really solid. Steel Spike hopefully picks up the one-hit knockout here. Yeah, nice. Kartana, the base 170 attack is so strong. And now it's at +1 attack, +1 defense, +2 attack actually from Beast Boost here. We have not been utilizing Beast Boost as much as we probably could in these past 2 episodes. But I think we're off to a pretty safe start here, especially since my opponent's last Pokemon is probably Metagross, I would say. That's probably your max option this game. And Metagross or Kartana. Okay, even better, I think. Because now we bring in our Incineroar right now. We bring in Incineroar. There's no way you're going for a ground type attack in a Braviary right now. That would be one heck of a read. And what do they have? Kangaskhan. I think we can overgrowth the Landorus because I'm expecting Kartana to protect. Maybe, or maybe you just try and pick up a knockout on my Kartana with a Knuckle, right? Yeah, I'm expecting Kartana to protect here. Or Knuckle my Kartana slot. But we're already putting it at -1 because of Intimidate, so I think we can pick up a pretty solid knockout here into Landorus. Plus we have Fake Out next turn. And you are maxing. In a Beast Ball, probably Kartana then. Okay, awesome. So if it max guards here, that would be... I think we'd have this game sealed up if you go for a max guard here. Max Knuckle. That works too. That does literally nothing. So Kartana's back up to neutral attack. And Earth Power into that slot. That's... Oh my god, doesn't kill. Awesome. Woo! We should pick up a knockout here, I'm guessing. Yes, we do. Awesome. Okay, so we've got a 2v1. And if you're Kartana, you're probably going to Knuckle into my Kartana. Is there Tailwind up, actually? So what do you do here if you're my opponent? You're Fake Outing into... You still have Tailwind for one more turn. You're Fake Outing into Incineroar, and you're going for a Knuckle into Kartana, because then you'll be at +2. So how do we counter that? We could double switch and have Nidoqueen take a max Knuckle. And that way we can serve Intimidate again to bring in once Kartana's max is up. The following turn we can double protect. Yeah, I like that play actually. If we summon Braviary right here to take a Fake Out and Nidoqueen to take a max Knuckle, then our Kartana's only at +1. We can double protect the following turn, the last turn of max. And we can sub Incineroar back out for Intimidate in the endgame, and Kartana shouldn't be able to hit Incineroar very hard. Fake Out into, yep, Braviary, and max Knuckle into Nidoqueen. Nice. Okay, that's awesome. That does nothing too. But now Kartana's at +1. That was your last turn of Tail. So if you're my opponent, you have to stop me from setting up Tailwind so that I win this game. Actually, I have Kartana. If I'm able to get I could let a double knockout happen here. But I don't see the point in that. We're just going to protect. I just want to get Incineroar and Kartana in on the same time, at the same time. Oh, my opponent just forfeits. Okay. Yeah, it's frustrating when you read your opponent's max moves correctly 3 times in a row. I understand it, Trevor. I feel you. I felt that way last episode, you know? Sometimes it happens. Well, that's a solid start today. Let's see, was this Assault Vest just like my Kartana? No, it was Lumberry, actually. Protect, and it has no Aerial Ace. Okay. So solid first match of the day. If we're able to win all 3 today, we'll be in Master Ball tier. Brand new team will be coming next episode. We'll be feeling good. Alright, Zeomari has a Moongus, Tapu Fini, Urshifu, Metagross, Rotom Heat. That's cool. And Tornadus. So if you're my opponent, do you bring Urshifu into this matchup? I think you do. Because it's hitting what? Incineroar, Kartana, Cresselia. I think we bring Braviary for Tailwind at the start of the game. And Incineroar seems good so that I can fake out Tailwind. Nidoqueen, see, this is what I'm talking about with Nidoqueen. It hits 5 things on this team for super effective damage. I mean, not Rotom Heat, I guess, so 4 for super effective damage. It's just so good. And then I think the only thing we're not beating with these things, with these 3, is Rotom Heat, who Feeny and Kartana don't have a great matchup into. But I think Feeny might be better. Moongus is also an issue too. Is it? No. I think Feeny's better. Is it better than Cresselia here? If I'm unable to set up Tailwind, Cresselia might be better. And we're going to go Feeny. Just in case they bring a Moongus and they want to start putting stuff to sleep, we can summon Feeny and set up Misty Terrain. But yeah, hopefully by next episode, next week Monday, I am going to have my own team ready, but between school and work and trying to build teams on Showdown and finding out something that I enjoy playing with and recording videos, I just haven't had a whole lot of time to be team building right now. Oh, this is not a bad lead at all. Okay, this is awesome. You're my opponent. Do you max Metagross here and go for a Quake? Probably, huh? Probably. But I don't think a Quake's going to kill Incineroar. I don't want to fake out the Tornadus because Tornadus is going to move first next turn anyway and set up Tailwind, and then they're going to have Tailwind staggered. So if they're going to set up Tailwind, I'd rather have them do it on the same turn I'm doing it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to fake out and Parting Shot the Tornadus. Yeah, and you are maxing Metagross. Okay, I'm expecting a max Quake into Incineroar. I think we should live it. I'm not exactly sure on the calc. If we don't, that would be a horrible, horrible start. And I'd be very upset. But I think it's, you know, a learning experience. I'm worth taking the risk here. I think it's worth taking the risk. So you get up. Oh, you protect. Expecting a fake out. Yeah, Incineroar is just in such an awkward position because I don't want to... I couldn't Parting Shot into Metagross. You're going for Steel Spike, actually. That I don't mind. Yeah, that I don't mind much. I didn't want to... You can't Parting Shot into a Metagross because of its ability. I didn't want to Flare Blitz and possibly set off a weakness policy, especially when Incineroar, you know, naturally doesn't always have the most attack built into it. And Snarl was the same case. I didn't want to set off a weakness policy, so... I think Braviary can just Brave Bird into Tornadus here. And we can try and Flare Blitz and pick up a knockout onto it. Or do we save Incineroar and summon Feeny to take a Quake? Yeah, I think Feeny could be able to take a max Quake pretty well. Because my opponent's definitely going to go for Tailwind here and stagger it, which is a smart play to have protected turn 1. Metagross is just so hard to beat, man. It's if you don't have an Urshifu right now on your team, it's so tough. Let's see how much a Brave Bird does. I really hope I don't go down to recoil here. Really hope I... Oh my god! Okay, we crit. Whew! I'm gonna go down to recoil now. Right? Ugh. Tell me you're going for like a max Ice into that slot. Max Quake. Yeah, so okay. So we predicted what he was gonna do. And it does around 40% to Feeny? But his Spadef boost isn't great. So do I think my opponent... I bring out Nidoqueen here. Do I think my opponent has max Psychic on Metagross? I know on the team that I've been building... Rotom Heat too. Gosh, dang it. I think we max... How many turns of Tailwind do I have left? too. So I think this turn we can max guard Nidoqueen, expecting you to target it with Metagross. And we can bring back out Incineroar for fake out pressure the following turn. I know on the Metagross that I've been running on Showdown, I've been running Bullet Punch over Zen Headbutt. And so I don't have a max Psychic. But I know I mean, obviously it's a pretty common move to have, so I don't want to risk taking a max Psychic right now, especially since I think Nidoqueen will just get one shot by it, even with maxed. Even when maxed. But we'll see. I need Metagross to target Nidoqueen here, and I need you... You probably just went for a Thunderbolt into the Feeny slot. And... that's alright with me. Nasty plot, actually. Okay. That stinks. Because now this Rotom probably one-shots my Feeny with... And you go for Steel Spike into Feeny. Oh, that was just a max Quake waiting to happen right there, huh? You crit, too. Oh, man. Metagross is so tough to beat. Okay. So I think what I need to do is knock out this Rotom now. I think we have to max Ooze into it. And fake out. Because my opponent has Tailwind right now, and I don't want Rotom just getting off a free Thunderbolt and knocking out my Incineroar. Rotom protects. Good play. They double protect. Okay. Well, that means we could target Metagross down next turn with a Max Quake and hopefully pick up a knockout because we're going to be at +1 special attack. Yep. Okay. And then we can just Flare Blitz with Incineroar, Snarl with Incineroar, sub out Nafini. If you're my opponent, what fire type do you have with Rotom? That's the question. Because if it's Overheat, I think there's a chance we can win this game because you need to use Overheat in order to kill Nidoqueen. And so I think we just go for a knockout on a Metagross. And Rotom uses Thunderbolt. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. Right? Metagross is actually faster. Oh, gosh. That's gotta be... I know this Nidoqueen's max speed. Or almost max speed. And this picks up a knockout. Okay, so we're at +1 special defense now. The issue is this Rotom is at +2 special attack. And our max is up. Oh, Tailwind was up. What am I... Urshifu. Gosh, that's really good. So, if you're my opponent, you Wicked Blow into Nidoqueen and knock it out, and you Thunderbolt into Feeny and knock it out. Can I do anything to stop that? I don't think I can. Because I don't think Nidoqueen's living, and then I think we need to Muddy Water and hope that Feeny outspeeds Rotom Heat, and I can get an accuracy drop on Urshifu. I need to kill the Rotom. Wicked Blow into that. I can't protect from that. Yeah, we don't live. Crit doesn't matter. It's Wicked Blow. That's the move. And Thunderbolt's just going to pick up the knockout on us. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Cresselia was the better play this game. This team... I've said it before, but this team has so many mid-tier speed Pokemon that if you get into a late game scenario and you don't have Tailwind up or you don't have Trick Room up, it's very, very difficult to pick up knockouts because more often than not, you're getting knocked out first. Let's pick up a win on the last match with this team. And who knows, maybe we'll go one more if this match is quick. Regieleki, Moltres, who we haven't seen much of. Feeny, Landorus, Stakataka, Dusclops. So this team definitely has the Trick Room option, but it also has things like Landorus, Moltres, and Regieleki. But it also, I'm assuming, weakness policy Stakataka with Brick Break on Dusclops, which means that Nidoqueen, if given the chance, could one-shot it with an Earth Power. Cresselia has to come, but if you're bringing Moltres out there, then Cresselia is going to bring... Then Cresselia just gets hit with a max darkness and dies right away. But no, actually, I've seen it. I know this Cresselia lives a max darkness from Moltres. So maybe we could just set up Trick Room right away. We bring Cresselia and Feeny. But I'm assuming you're leading Regieleki. Cresselia and Incineroar. And then bring Feeny and Nidoqueen in the back. Yeah, I like that. Because under Trick Room, Nidoqueen's gonna outspeed Moltres, Regieleki, and Landorus, and it's gonna one-shot everything. And outside of Trick Room, it's still gonna outspeed Feeny, Stakataka, and Dusclops if we don't choose to set it up. But unless my opponent leads Moltres here, I think we're in good position. And it leads Moltres and Regieleki, so exactly what I expected. Yeah, I think I'm 95, guys, 95% positive I survive a max darkness from Moltres. 95% certain. So we're setting up Trick Room. Because we've rarely done it with this team. It'd be a super, super safe play, turn 1. If you max Regieleki, I guess I don't know anything about... Oh, you don't even... Okay. You're going for Nasty Plot, that works too. Fury Wrath, that's fine. Fiery Wrath. Oh, we would have lived. We would have lived! Maybe. No. Not the flinch. Oh, no. Guys. No, no, no. Do we just lose? No. What do you do if you're my opponent? You go for another Fiery Wrath. Or maybe now you max Moltres. We have to sub out into Feeny. And we have to... Snarl. We need to make sure this Moltres isn't picking up a knockout for nothing. I was about to Helping Hand and Flare Blitz into the Regieleki spot. But... this could actually backfire if they're going for a double up into that slot. Reflect. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. This is definitely a light play. Reflect and Light Screen. And you're just going for Nasty Plot too. Oh, well played to my opponent. Snarl hits on both. So that's okay. Moltres is only a +1 right now. I think if you're my opponent, you're going to set up Light Screen. You're 100% setting up Light Screen. I don't think you're going to target down Feeny here at -1. Because I think you think Feeny is a threat to your Moltres, and so Light Screen has to go up in order to protect it from any sort of Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, or Max Starfall. So I think Calm Mind and Snarl again. Or do I Parting Shot into Moltres and maybe bring out Cresselia and try and set up a Trick Room? Yeah, let's do that. You are maxing this time. I have to hope you go for an Airstream into the Incineroar slot. Which would be awesome if it didn't knock out, but at +1 I'm sure does. It might even knock out Feeny right here, but I think after turn 1 we were just put in such a horrible position. Yeah, there's the Light Screen. So we knew that was coming. Feeny's actually faster than Moltres. What? Oh, this is a bulky Moltres. Which makes me think now it's weakness policy. Airstream into Incineroar, Incineroar, Incineroar. No, Feeny. That does... with Calm Mind up, that doesn't do too much, though. So that's really good. And now Moltres is back down to neutral, too. Poster fell off my wall. Okay. Can we max Nidoqueen this turn? And protect Feeny? If I bring out Cresselia, you're just going to go for a Darkness into that slot. So maybe and you're going to, like, Thunderbolt this Feeny right now. So maybe I bring out Cress, I sub back into Incineroar, and I sub the Feeny out in Nidoqueen to take an electric type attack. And on the turn after that, I'm able to fake out the Regieleki, and yeah, we do this. We do this. Okay, so this is me trying to stall out my opponent's Dynamax right here. We're going to do a lot of predicting. We're going to... I could protect here, Feeny. Protect Feeny and sub Cresselia back out into Incineroar in hopes that you're going for a Darkness into that slot. And then the following turn, I can sub Feeny out into Nidoqueen to take an electric type attack. Yeah, I like this a lot. All the while, we're stalling out screens, and if this isn't Light Clay Regieleki, then we'll stall out screens this game. Plus, Moltres only has one more turn of max after this turn. Feeny protects, okay. We shouldn't be taking anything, even if it goes for an Airstream in that slot. Volt Switch into Cresselia, okay. I don't even mind that much, because now I don't think you have anything that targets down Feeny incredibly hard here. There, Feeny, that's fine. Nidoqueen looks so good if we can just get it in safely in max. And you do go for Darkness. Okay, awesome. Oh, into Feeny. Okay. Lowering my special defense. I understand it, but I probably would have just gone for Airstream into that slot if that's what you're... Okay, so... I don't think an Airstream knocks on Incineroar. We know we're faster than this Moltres. I think we just go for a Calm Mind. Did we go for a Calm Mind? Yes. Calm Mind, we live a max Airstream, and we fake out the Feeny so Feeny can't do anything. If Moltres decides to you withdraw Feeny, fine with me, bring out Dusclops. Okay. Dusclops is your last one. That might be a problem, because we don't have anything that hits Dusclops especially hard. An Airstream into the... Yeah, I forgot about the Airstream the turn before that. Or 2 turns before that. Which means Moltres outspeeds Feeny now. I almost just let Feeny go down for no reason. I thought my Feeny was still going to outspeed. That's a misplay on my end. And I probably didn't deserve to live right there, but that's okay. So if you're my opponent, I'm back to +1 special defense. If you have Hurricane, it's not knocking out. Air Slash isn't knocking out. We have to look. So we know all 4 of your Pokemon. Light Screen, Reflect, probably Light Clay, so you've got 4 more turns of Reflect, 3 of Light Screen. We can... Nidoqueen's just so good if we can knock out these two, this Moltres and this Dusclops. We're going to go for Moonblast into the Moltres. And we're going to Snarl again. Yep. Ally Switch. Smart play. Playing around Ally Switch is... You're nasty plotting again. Okay, that's fine, because I'm still going for Snarl. And so the following turn, You're going to go for Ally Switch, or you're going to play these Ally Switch shenanigans again. Yeah, awesome. So if you're my opponent, you either Ally Switch again, or you go for a Nightshade and an Air Slash into Feeny to try and pick up the knockout, right? So I think Feeny is definitely getting targeted at least once, maybe twice here, so we protect it. And we Snarl again to bring this Moltres down to... And you're protecting. Okay. Hopefully I just went for Nightshade into Feeny. That would make me very happy. Snarl. Connects onto Dusclops. Okay, sweet. That does... Is that a crit? Yeah, okay. We'll take it. We take those. And Nightshade into Feeny, right? Yes, alright, awesome. Now I need to ask myself, is an Air Slash knocking me out here? If it's a Hurricane, I think it knocks me out. If it's an Air Slash, I don't think it is. +1 special defense, +1 special attack. If it's an Air Slash that you're going for, I don't think you knock me out. But the issue is, do you ally switch? And is it worth predicting it? I think so. Because if we get a knockout on Dusclops 2, then that's really big. You're withdrawing Dusclops. Okay. Well, if we live, this Feeny's going to take a big chunk from Moonblast. Show me Air Slash. Show me Air Slash and not Hurricane. Or show me Hurricane and miss it. Please, please, please. Air Slash. Live it, live it, live it. Let's go, Feeny. Feeny doesn't get flinched. Let's go. Big Moonblast we get off. And we get another Snarl. Okay. We get a special attack drop on both. That's big. Because my opponent... What's my opponent's win con here? Regieleki. It might think it's Regieleki, but because we have Nidoqueen in the back and we haven't shown Nidoqueen, that's really good for us. Nidoqueen can one-shot the Regieleki, the Dusclops, the Feeny, everything but the Moltres at this point. So if you're going for Air Slash into Feeny, I think we could protect, and we can go for a parting shot into Moltres. I think this is the time that we bring out our Nidoqueen. Incineroar is going to move last. Nasty Plot, that's what I expected, yeah. You're probably going for a Moonblast into the Feeny slot to try and knock it out. Or Muddy Water. That wouldn't have knocked out. Would it? Oh, we avoid. That's really awesome. We get the 15% chance to avoid right there. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's time to bring out Nidoqueen. Because here's the issue for my opponent. I'm faster than your Feeny. Your Reflect just wore off too. Oh, so this is your last turn of Light Screen. So if you're my opponent and you target Feeny here, my Nidoqueen is killing your Feeny. If you target my Nidoqueen, my Feeny's going to hit your Moltres for a ton of damage. So I think we... Yeah, even though Light Screen's up, I think it's time we max. I think we did a really good job of conserving our max here. This is show me Dusclops. Please kill. Oh, I don't think it's going to. I think Dusclops is too tanky under Light Screen. And I think had we gone for Earth Power, then we would have killed, but... Oh no, this Dusclops is gonna live. However, now that I think about it, I don't think Dusclops living would be the worst thing. Especially if you kill Feeny here. Air Slash into Feeny. Actually, I hope Dusclops lives. I really do. Because that way we can target Moltres with our Nidoqueen next turn. Okay. Well, I needed to do more damage than that. Oh yeah, it's not very effective. That's one of those weird ones. I forget Poison isn't very good against Ghost. Yeah, okay, well, now we have to bring out Incineroar. Now we can just fake out Moltres and Earth Power. And then when you bring out Feeny the next turn... Yeah, so we fake out Moltres... And we max Quake into Dusclops. This gives us a special defense boost, so Moltres can no longer... Basically negate its +1 special attack right now. Yeah, you protect, but that we knew that was coming. Fake out. As long as this one-shots, which I'm sure it will, then that was a fine play. Okay, awesome. So now my opponent has to bring out Tapu Fini, right? Maybe Regieleki, but if you bring out Regieleki, I am sure that Incineroar is living. You bring out Regieleki. I think I'm going to sub out Nidoqueen. I think the Incineroar's Intimidate right here in this late game is too important. But am I? Because I don't know. No, I'm not. I think a Flare Blitz will pick up in a knockout under Regieleki, and we have to live either a Volt Switch or a Rising Voltage, Thunder Cage, and we can max Hailstorm into the Moltres slot. If you're weakness policy, this might not be a great play. You just Light Screen. Okay. Well, that's really good, because I think we're going to knock that thing out now. Air Slash. I don't think this definitely doesn't knock. Yeah, it doesn't even come close. Hailstorm. How much are you doing? Oh, man, if you didn't set up Light Screen, we're killing. Wow, this is a really good match. You are weakness policy. Yeah, I knew it. So now you're +3. +4. How bad is that for me? Flare Blitz, I need you to knock out. I need you to knock out. Okay. So here's my win con. Oh, and we set up the berry. That's really good. My win con is to get Incineroar in after we have knocked out Tapu Fini, so that I can fake out the Moltres and go for an attack onto it. But if you're my opponent, you just go for Fiery Wrath here. Yeah. So let's think about this. If I sub Incineroar out into Cresselia, I take a Fiery Wrath and I die, in which case I can sub Incineroar back in, go for a fake out onto the Moltres, and hopefully Sludge Bomb and kill Fini. Oh, I'm out of time. Oh no. I don't know if I win the game like this, but I'm doing this. We need to live with Nidoqueen because it's the only thing that knocks out Fini here in the endgame. This Moltres has just sat on the field the entire game. Wow, this thing's annoying. Nidoqueen protects. Okay. Air Slash into that slot. Could have target. Really? You're not going for Fiery Wrath there to try and knock out my Nidoqueen? Blizzard. Huh. Well, if you have Blizzard, do you have Protect? This is really good, because this Moltres is dying to Hail. Moltres has to Protect here. If my opponent double protects here, I think they win. If my opponent doesn't have Protect on Fini, I think we win. So that's what it comes down here to. Does Fini have Protect? Because we have a safe play of Fake Outing and Sludge Bomb into Fini. If you have Blizzard, that makes me think you're Specs or Assault Vest. I haven't seen Assault Vest on Fini. Probably Specs. But if you have Protect, you go for double Protect here and you win the game in the following turn. You don't. Oh my god, what a game. Sludge Bomb knocks out. Oh, what a game. Wow. And Hail knocks out Moltres. Awesome. Yeah, if you're my opponent, you protect Moltres there, and then you have to hope a Fiery Wrath knocks out Incineroar. Even at +4, I don't think a Fiery Wrath does 91 damage to an Incineroar. But wow. GG to Spud. That was a great game. And it just goes to show right there, not being too, crazy with your Dynamax early can be super helpful against teams. I mean, obviously there are situations in where you will need to use your Dynamax right away, but conserving your Dynamax until your opponent's Dynamax is up can be super threatening to them and make it super hard for them to play around. You saw how they had to switch Dusclops, Infini, and Regieleki in and out to take max moves. It just lets my Nidoqueen and my Fini get boosted up for free, and yeah, that was, I mean, wow, what a game to end on. Oh, that was awesome. I really hope you guys enjoyed that battle, especially right there, but the entire episode. And yeah, next episode, next week, Monday, we'll be back with a brand new team. So if you guys are watching this video and you have any recommendations for what you want me to use, leave it down below, and I'll be sure that I find a rental code or maybe put it on my own team. Anything that you guys are looking for. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.